What it is, everybody, it is Frank the Tank, and welcome to yet another video. So for this one, as you can see by the title, it does not deceive you. This is 100% for real. We are going to be hearing the origin story about this thing and how it came to be. And we're going to be hearing it from none other than Jason Belmonte himself. So you may be wondering, how the heck did I get this to happen? Well, the answer to that is he was doing a live stream on his Facebook. It was in regards to some Cool Wick apparel that he was announcing, and to top it off, he decided to answer some questions. I decided, I was thinking of a question to ask him, and for some reason I just wanted to know about how this thing came to be. And yeah, I typed that into the box, not thinking that he would ever see it, and then suddenly he says my name, and he like reads out my question. I'm like, no way, he's actually going to answer it. And yeah, in the end, he told the story, but however, I feel like there were some details he was leaving out. I felt like he was holding back. But nonetheless, he told the story about how the Belmo spare ball, how the whole thing came to be. And I was like, finally, I can put that question like to rest. I got my answer. I can put that one to bed completely. So now I'm going to show you guys that clip so you guys can finally hear the origin story on the Belmo spare ball. So I guess there's nothing much else to say other than let's roll that clip.
Frank the Tank, can you give us the entire story on the Belmo spare ball? The entire story? There isn't really too much of a story, but alright, I'll tell you how it came about. My very first PBA Tour win was, if you recall, was in Long Island, and we were playing on a dual pattern, and on the right lane was a Viper, and I ended up using a plastic ball, and it was a clear Team Storm white ball, and I found that ball actually in the Philippines, in Manila. I ended up having to trade for it. I think I gave up because I thought it was really cool, this clear white Team Storm ball. I had 6 balls with me, and I think I ended up trading 3 of the balls that I had signed for the ball that I wanted. So moving forward, I get this ball, I win the PBA title using this clear ball on the Viper, and when I made TV, that clear Team Storm ball was, as far as I was aware, it was an international release. They had made, I think, a black one, a blue one, a red one, a white one. I'm trying to think, there might have even been a gold one at one point. And this was a long time. This is what, 10, 12 years ago. So after I won, Storm got kind of flooded with emails saying, hey, where do I get one of these spare balls? This is really cool. We weren't making them anymore, so we decided to bring it back. And Bill Chrisman and Storm said, hey, you know, you won with it. It's kind of, you're the reason why it became more popular again. Like, why don't we tag it with you and put you in there? So I'm like, oh, well, that'd be sick, right? Like, I've never had a ball with my logo in it, or my name. So that's how the actual first iteration of the clear ball came about. So it started with a white, and then it was quite expensive to buy, from what I remember. I remember the procedure to make this plastic clear ball. It's not a normal procedure because of that material being translucent. It's really, really difficult, and it's more expensive. So it was quite expensive, and I didn't see any for like a really long time. And then we decided to make a black one. It sold a little better. Same thing, really expensive. So I'm like, all right, well, that's the end of it, right? Like, we did it. It was cool. And then you fast forward to today, and you can Google it, you can eBay it, and it's outrageous how many people are looking to get their hands on this clear ball. So the Asian distributor had requested that we make some more. And again, the process is so difficult and so expensive, they made a very, very limited run. I think my last and my last idea was like less than 1,000 was made, of which 500 and something of those were sent to Japan and Korea. So there was like 500 for the rest of the world, and I think Australia picked up 100 or so, and which are all sold. So it's really, really hyped up, and if you can get your hands on one, whether you want to drill it or not, it's an investment. Like, I can't, it's like shoes. So I'm always looking out for them, especially now that Storm made some new ones. I actually put in a request, and that's why I'm giving one away. I put in a request and I got one extra one to give away, and I'm gonna do it through this trend fight night. Strike fight. I've got to get that right. I can't be promoting it, saying the wrong name. So that's how that happened. There you go.
So there you guys have it. The origin story on the Belmo spare ball. Finally, we cannot put this one to rest. So anyway, there are a couple things I want to talk about before we end it here. One thing is he didn't mention this in the story. I don't know why I didn't catch this, but I don't know if he said it in another live stream or if he did say it in this one and I missed it. But one thing that he didn't mention is that logo that we see there was not originally meant to be there. This was actually, from what he said, a mistake. But in the end, this is what ended up going on the ball. And in my opinion, this is, I guess, one of those accidents that ended up being one of the greatest things ever, because I don't know about you guys, but that looks awesome to me. I mean, Belmo said that he prefers the logo that's on the overseas ball right now. He feels personally that one's a lot better than that one, but I don't know. I mean, I like this one just as much. I mean, the overseas one's pretty cool, but this one's also pretty cool too. But yeah, this was not originally meant to be there. It was supposed to be something else. So that leaves us to wonder, what was it supposed to be that was on this ball? We're never gonna know now, but I believe he only has the answer to that. But the thing is, though, if we were to ask him, does he actually know? We don't know. But yeah. If you ever, one of you ever want to, you can ask him what was originally meant to be there. You better hope that he has the answer to it, because part of me wants to believe that he doesn't know. But yeah, as far as I know, he says that that's not supposed to be there. So that's one thing. But yeah, anyway, another thing I want to say is, in that story, he mentioned about how there was the original Team Storm balls. For those of you who are wondering, that was the ball before it became this, if there was none of you who knew that. So yeah, this was never first. It was the classic S on this side in place of this, and then Team Storm on the other side. But he said something about a gold one. I've never heard or seen about that before, but I would love to see that if any of you have pics of it. That must have been the most badass thing ever. But one thing I can confirm is there was a white one, there was a red one, and there was a blue one. Throughout from the time I started doing bowling, and from the time I started searching rare stuff, or trying to, I did come across the red one various times, but I never bothered to actually snatch it because it wasn't 15 pounds, it was like 16, and they were also like horribly mangled and drilled into and stuff. But man, I should have snagged them when I had the chance. But yeah, I've run into the red one a couple times. The blue one I have never seen but in photos on the internet. In fact, not too long ago, the blue one actually did show up on eBay, and man, I didn't snag it when I had the chance. But somebody actually commented on my previous video about the unboxing of the white and black OG spur balls. He commented telling me that he had the blue one in his possession and that he was willing to trade me this for that one, and I told him, heck no, no deal, dude. As tempting as it is, no deal. Sorry, but this one is far, in my opinion, is far more valuable and a lot cooler than the Team Storm blue, despite the fact that the red, white, and blue Team Storm clear balls are a lot more rare and a lot harder to find. Proof of that would be how I have 10 of these now and I have none of the red, white, or blue. Those never pop up on the internet. They're never anywhere. They just don't exist. So yeah, anyway, the white one I've never seen either anywhere other than that telecast where Belmo made his debut on the PBA. That's the only time I was ever able to see it, and if you guys want to see it, you can find it. Type just, it's easy to find, just type in Jason Belmonte's debut, you'll find it there. The blue one I've actually seen once on TV. This kid had it. He was bowling in that whole junior gold thing. It was 2019. He was actually using, and I'm like, no way, that is tight. It looked really cool going down the lane, but I don't think that telecast is there anymore. I think it's been deleted. The red one I've actually seen on TV as well. Liz Johnson had it. I can't remember what telecast or what year it was, but she had it. So yeah, I've officially seen the red, white, and blue on TV, but I've seen the red one listed for sale. I've seen the blue one listed for sale only one time, but I've never seen the white one. The gold one definitely doesn't exist as far as I've seen, but if it does, then man, whoever has it is extremely lucky. But anyway, one last thing I want to talk about is the cube that is hidden, that is inside this thing. That from what I've been told, this cube, you see how big it is in there? You see that? I'm not really sure. It's not as big as you think it is. I know it looks huge being encased inside this clear material, but it's actually not as big as you think it is from what I've heard. I don't know if I can believe that either, but here's the thing. I was at my pro shop guy's shop, and we were talking, and I remember he took out of his bag a red Paradox. It was a bowling ball from track, and he told me that he had gotten back from bowling an event, and the ball was cracked. And I'm not talking about like a little chip or a scratch. No, it was cracked from like one end to the other. Like, it was horrible. The ball was gone. It was irreparable. And I remember telling him, like, dude, I would, like, honestly, I would love to crack this thing open completely just to see what is inside the ball, like just to see the weight block and the material that surrounds it, because I've never seen the weight block of a bowling ball myself. And I remember that conversation eventually led me to saying, like, I wish I had like dozens upon dozens upon dozens of these, so that way, like, I could actually crack one of these open. If I did have a bunch of these, I know a lot of you think that the 10 that I have now is a bunch, but I would never. Yeah, if I had like a crap ton of these right now in my possession, I wouldn't mind cracking one open just to get this cube out to see what it is, what it's made of, and how big it really is. But unfortunately, I've got 10 and I will not crack any one of them open. No way, no how. If I found one that was already horribly mangled and irreparable, I would actually buy it just to crack this thing open and to show you guys, like, I would actually do it. But unfortunately, that is not possible. And yeah, I don't know that will ever happen. But anyway, when I said that, my pro shop guy told me that's when he told me that this cube is actually not as big as as we think. He told me that this material that surrounds this cube actually like, it magnifies that cube to make it look like it does inside the cube, but in reality, if you were to get it out, it probably only looks about that big. Crazy. But yeah, there you go. That's why, and now we know why, how it all began. It began in the Philippines, how he found it, what he ended up having to do to get it. I guess Bill Crispin was the guy behind the idea for this. Thank you, Bill, for this, because it ended up being one of the coolest things out there, and now it exists. What else? We now know about the black one and the white one, and why there was a very limited release on them, and that's because this material is actually very, very expensive. And I guess if you guys have watched that documentary, there's a documentary on YouTube of how storm balls are made. I'm going to assume from what Belmo said that this thing, the process for it is a little different because of this clear, translucent material. So interesting, very, very interesting. So there we go. That question can finally be put to bed for all of us who are wondering. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. That, I think, should be the last of the Belmo spare ball that I will be talking about for a long time. I know a lot of you out there are really getting sick and tired of me talking about this thing, showing it on camera. I know it makes it look like I'm obsessed with it or that I have a big problem because I have 10 of these now. But anyway, no, that is the end of that. That is probably going to be the last time I ever talk about it for a while. So anyway, that's enough for this video. That's enough of me rambling on about it. I'm Frank the Tank. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.